You dream of living your best life. You've imagined it all, the freedom, the purpose, the love life, maybe the house, traveling, adventures. But yet, when it comes to your real life, it can almost feel like a series of random events and strange experiences that made you feel like your core desires really didn't matter at all. If this is you, stay with me, because in this video, I want to talk about early developmental trauma, including birth and pre-birth trauma, and how it might still be impacting you, what it is, how it works, and also what you can do to start taking your power back. If you're a highly sensitive person and you often feel like the world is hostile, if you felt your whole life that your needs were invisible, didn't really matter, or that what you desired wasn't really valid, and if you feel like that your power to create change was somehow small or limited, this is for you. Maybe you felt that your reality, your entire life was slightly off, and at the same time, it's almost like you see reality much clearer than most people around you. You've been wondering, why do people react to you in certain ways? And chances are you enjoy fantasizing, escaping into other worlds, reading books, watching movies, playing games. And chances are also that this whole idea of manifest your reality, manifest your desires, feels cringe to you, because chances are it never really worked for you yet. So here's a different perspective. You might actually be carrying early developmental trauma, the kind of trauma that happened at an age where you were unable to even name it. For some of us, this goes deeper. This includes actually trauma that happened during or even before birth. In other words, in those very moments when our core connection to life should have been established. So what this means is we didn't actually get a chance to fully ground ourselves into this life and already started disconnecting from it. It's those kinds of experiences that made us subconsciously conclude that life is not safe, being here isn't safe, being in our bodies is not safe. Let's just go somewhere else. I know firsthand this is a really sensitive topic. I myself have experienced it and have gone through the journey of healing and recovering and taking my power back. And this is what I want you to know. You're not broken or wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. You're also not crazy for struggling with certain things that other people don't really understand. And there is a way forward. Healing this kind of disconnection and bringing back those parts of your consciousness that have left actually allows you to ground yourself into this life. In other words, to finish that process of fully coming into your own body and system, to take your power back and to actually get in touch with your real ability to co-create and manifest your desires. In other words, manifesting your life becomes possible for you, finally. And you might also realize in the end that all these seemingly random events and experiences of your previous life might have not been that random at all, and that there's wisdom to be claimed in all of these, and that you can turn that wisdom even more into your power, put the puzzle pieces together, and rise above it. Here's one thing I would like you to understand and know about specifically pre-birth and birth trauma. Until those kinds of experiences have been resolved, parts of your energy and consciousness might be hovering slightly above you or next to you, like outside of your own body and system. I know this might sound a bit strange to some of you, but if you're very, very sensitive to energy, chances are you do kind of know and feel what I mean. That's actually the reason why you might be struggling staying focused, staying present, or you keep wandering off. It's a part of your consciousness that is floating. And that if you were to make it conscious is actually saying, I don't really want to be here, I'd rather be somewhere else. And in its defense, it might even say, I don't really care about life. So all of that is actually really not laziness or apathy. It's an ancient and wise defense system that you have created based on the fact that you deep down felt life wasn't safe for you. And I don't know if you recognize this following dynamic in you, but if all of this previously explained applies to you, chances are whenever you do conjure up your focus and energy to go into a certain direction in life, to focus, to manifest, you might have an equal amount of your life force, energy, consciousness, trying to go into the opposite direction. Because the more you want to go towards and into life, the more these other parts in you want to run away and hide. Because again, for those parts, life is not safe. So what to do about that? First things first, stop making yourself wrong all the time. It's not your fault, you didn't do anything wrong. And you can now start taking responsibility for it and create change. So what you can do is you can start meeting those parts of you that want to run away from life, that want to go somewhere else, that would rather stay afloat, and simply invite them to reveal themselves to you. Start connecting with them, study them with compassion, meet them, try to meet their needs, and see if you can actually slowly invite them to come back into your own body. This is actually what allows you to start integrating back into your body your own life force. And this is also where you stop floating and actually start living fully. I'll be honest with you, healing early developmental trauma, including birth and pre-birth trauma, is not an overnight process. In fact, it takes a lot of patience, a very, very deep commitment, and discipline. Sometimes it means that you actually have to confront and face the parts in you that have created a lot of anger, resentment, and other aversions towards this life, and to learn how to discharge that negativity that is trapped inside of you outside, out of your own system, and to reclaim the life force that was trapped in those energies and return them into what these energies were originally, which is pure energetic potential and love. But here's the good news. Every part of you that once felt frozen actually holds a key to your own aliveness, your own joy, your own freedom, and your capacity to deliberately manifest your desires. As you reclaim these parts, your intuition strengthens and it'll become much more clear, much more focused and grounded. You will start mastering your sensitivity and life will turn into something that you can actually actively participate in and deliberately co-create. In other words, you get out of survival mode and you can finally get your needs met, and you can take all those desires from up here and turn it into a tangible reality for you to enjoy. You don't have to do all of this by yourself. In fact, if this speaks to you and if you would like to be supported, I invite you to reach out and to send me a message.